Okay, so we are building cubes, and we got this, a cube of side 1, a cube of side 2, a cube of side 3. And what we'll do is we'll do a little input-output table with the numbers for the perimeter, the area, and the volume. And you know what? They have this on this slide, all really close together. Let me advise you, if you're writing this, to maybe write this, each one on its own page, because we're going to kind of dissect it a bit. You have space, you probably wouldn't have to put it all on its own page, but that way you'd be sure to have enough room. So, I'm going to go with my page and do an input-output table. Input-output table for, here's perimeter. The perimeter of one face. So in the input column, I'll have the length of one edge. I'll just put length of edge. And then the perimeter of the face. So if it's my cube of side 1, I'm going to draw some little pictures here as well. Cube of side 1, so then each side has a length of 1, and the perimeter would be what number? 4. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. If it's a side, length of side 2, length of the edge is 2, well then what's the perimeter? 8. 2, 2, 2, 2. So the perimeter is 8. At this point, I really can't tell what's happening. I hope you know what's happening, but if I'm just looking at the input-output table, is the output doubling? Is the output adding 4? Let's see. Length of edge, if the length of the edge is 3, then I have 3, 3, 3, 3. And that's going to be 12. So at that point, I kind of have a hunch. It looks like it's probably adding 4. So a length of the edge is 4. What's the next number there? 16. And then the 5, I have the one that's 5 on the table there. Let's see, that would be 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, which would be 20. So it looks like, and this is the case, that it's adding 4. Plus 4, plus 4, plus 4. We've seen this already this semester. This, back in the beginning of the semester, was an arithmetic sequence. It still is an arithmetic sequence. What kind of change is this? Constant or varying? Constant, constant. This is a constant change. And, in fact, we could say that it's linear change. It is also linear change. If I were to graph this, it would be what kind of a graph? If I said inputs 1, output, if I graph these, 1 on an XY grid, 1, 4, 2, 8, 3, 12, what would the graph look like? Straight line. Yes, straight line. So it's a linear change, and the graph is a straight line. Okay, we're going to do the same sort of input-output table for the area of one face and for the volume of the cube. I'll give you a minute to write some of that, and then we'll continue.